Wildly of Wild Fempire here with your emotional and energetic reading for this week in August. And if you are enjoying these Moon Day messages, if they really bring you value, please hit the heart, please save them, please comment or forward them to a friend. It really makes a big difference when there is a relationship here between us, and that is a really simple and easy way that you can support my business and myself in this exchange. So for this week, if you caught the message last week, we had the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords, which was a really potent message. And ironically, this week we received the Three of Wands. Now, I'm really feeling like all of these are linked to the full moon message that dropped last week. If you haven't checked that out, please do so. Essentially, this month of August, we are graced with two super full moons at the beginning and the end of the month. They're like these bookends to a really potent month of opportunities for us all energetically. Please do check that out if you haven't listened to it yet. And as I'm feeling into this Three of Wands, here's what's coming up for me. When a supermoon happens, it is literally the closest to the earth that the moon can get, and therefore it has a more potent impact or influence on us. Similarly to hiking to the top of a mountain, you are more likely to get sunburned because you're literally closer to the sun. When the moon is closer to us, it has more of an impact on our emotional body, as well as literally on the blood, the waters of our bodies. So you might notice that you have circulation issues going on this month. You might notice feelings are more extreme. If you happen to be a woman, you might notice that your moon cycles are more intense, or that you have difficulty sleeping during the full moons. There's just a lot of ways that this energy impacts us as human animals. And so last week, we were given the opportunity for old wounds to come up and be given space to breathe and to be healed and to leave our body. And this week, we're continuing that thread, right? Like this whole month of August, there is a theme present here for us. And this Three of Wands now says, okay, last week we really felt the feelings, we were in the emotions, we allowed the old stories to come up, and now this week, what are we going to do about it, right? How are we going to shift our thinking? How are we going to change our mindset? How are we going to change the stories that we tell ourselves now that we've made that space inside of ourselves through last week? This three calls us to really look at the future in the eyes, to really get clear on what we're calling in for ourselves, and to start strategizing, to start really making some strategy and some plans to move towards that goal, that dream, that desire, and to recognize that every time we do one of these healing loops, every time we go through one of these cycles where we're releasing and letting go and making space, it creates vitality. It creates more energy in our system that we then get to utilize in different ways. That is the beauty of death processes. And sometimes we really avoid them because they can be quite uncomfortable. They don't always feel great. They don't necessarily make us want to be social. Definitely, you don't feel like you're the life of the party when you're going through death processes. And yet, in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, if we can step away from the instant gratification that we've been trained to look for in this culture, and step into a long view of our life and of the experiences that we have in this one single precious teeny tiny life, then these death processes become initiations. They become markers on our timeline, and they show us the places where we really learned how to let go of certain things, where we made more space inside of ourselves, and ultimately where we step into an even deeper, more resilient version of ourselves. And we let that vitality move through. So this week is really all about cultivating a devotion to our own personal process. And as we learn our lessons, making the commitment to the things that will aid us in the next evolution, in the next round of learning as we go. I hope that message serves you well. I hope that you have everything that you need. Please do take care of yourselves. And if one of the things that has come up for you in this inquiry over the last couple of weeks is boundaries, I want to invite you into my Holy Boundaries 28-day email challenge. It is currently available right now, this minute, and it is one moon cycle deep dive into your boundaries, all your boundaries, inner, outer, physical, mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual. It is a really sweet and gentle way to start your self-intimacy practice and to learn what your boundaries are, where they live, where they've been perhaps ignored in the past, and how to begin cultivating deeper, holy boundaries for yourself in your own life now, today. Because most of us didn't get to learn these skills when we were growing up. Our parents did the best they could, but boundaries was not in the language, not when I was a kid. So it's an opportunity for you to dive deep, and I believe in it so much that I offer a full money-back guarantee. So if you're working on your boundaries, if you'd like to give this a try, a few minutes a day, a little bit of devotion, some consistency in community, I hope you'll join us. Until then, I'll see you next week. Bye for now.